You know, if you think about it, comic books are like the original DLC. Oh, you liked this story? Well, to get the full picture of the entire encompassing event, you're gonna have to buy these other 3 crossover books, this one-shot special that is a limited edition, and an annual that came out 6 months ago that's out of print. But don't worry, it costs right about as much as a modern video game, honestly. Let's talk about comic books and books, shall we? Hello, nerds. Welcome to the Clips channel. This is a clip, as if the channel name was not specific enough. This clip specifically comes from a show that I do over on the main channel called The Week in Nerddom. We are going to be talking about comic books and books, very specifically in this clip. So news from the last week that has to do with everything comic books and books. Generally more on the comic book side, because the books side of things is kind of a little bit more slow going when it comes to nerdy content, but we do still cover it. So that being said, I appreciate you joining me. Let's get into the news. Follow-ups and corrections. Our first follow-up here is to the story that we talked about last week with the Ultimate Universe coming to an end. There has been a little bit more information that has been released. So the Earth 6160 saga, once again, just the TLDR, is wrapping up April 2025, as we learned from New York Comic-Con. It seems a little premature because some of these storylines were actively still moving forward. Spider-Man from Jonathan Hickman is now ending at issue number 24. We have Hill's Black Panther and Momoko's X-Men. We're already heading towards their finale, so that one didn't really get cut short. Where did I just leave off? They're tied to The Maker's Escape. We have Wolverine got bumped up to 16 issues, so they stretched that one, but still it's going to be done by the end. There are Hawkeye and Guardian sequels that were in the works but are no longer happening. We have editor Will Moss has been the one that it has come out, is the one who decided to nix the entire Ultimate universe. He said it was in order to keep the line, quote, pure, and avoiding mainline Marvel's endless drag. So this was a premeditated thing that they actually planned, or started planning, I guess, approximately a year ago. Again, when I originally read this last week, when we were doing research for last week's episode, this kind of felt like it was coming out of the blue. And there were rumors that we didn't report on because I felt like they were largely unfounded, but there were definitely rumors that the reason why they were ending the Ultimates universe so soon was because the MCU, Marvel on the big screen, wanted some of the storylines and some of the writers that were involved with this, and they can't do both apparently for reasons, so they were killing the Ultimates line in order to try and beef up the MCU. It has come out that actually is not the case, so I guess kind of sort of refuting rumors that really were baseless to begin with. But yeah, we now know that it was producer, where the hell did this go? Editor, rather, Will Moss. Execs like Dan Buckley call it an experiment with a clean arc, kicking off the climax in Ultimate Endgame #1 this December 31st. So we do still have a little bit of time before it is officially gone. Bittersweet for a lot of people, but it seems like they did get the writers on board eventually, and so everything worked out, and we will get an actual proper ending to all of the arcs that are currently going on in the Ultimates universe. So that's a bit of a weight off my shoulders, I think. That is all we have for follow-up. So trailers this week are Zip, Zilch, and Nada. Let's continue on into regular ass news. We have the end of an era. IDW's TMNT is slamming the door on a major modern era with issue number 12 dropping again today as I'm filming, yesterday as you're watching, hopefully. Jason Aaron and I'm totally not going to say his last name right, and I apologize. Juan Ferreira? Their 12-issue run together wraps up with number 12, with the Turtles battling to clear murder raps, which is a pretty crazy thing. But this is the end of their run. We have covers from Jorge Fornes, Kevin Eastman himself, and more. One of the franchise's top arcs. This is absolutely one of the best-selling arcs in the franchise history. Though it's not completely ending the story there. This line is going to continue with issue number 13. The new writing team, writer-artist team, is Luen Yang and Kevin Williams II. They are going to be battling a new villain named Ujigami, terrorizing the Splinter Clan, as they are now referred, with Splinter passing away throughout the course of the previous arc. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't read it, sorry. But they have over 100K sold, which is pretty big numbers considering it's not one of the big two, and it's one of the oldest IPs in modern comics, so that's just kind of crazy. Yang is totally geeking out with his 80s cartoon roots and the layered ties, so cowabunga to the old and a hello to the harrowingly new stuff. Yeah, let's just keep going. And then we have a new book from Tony Moore, who is OG Walking Dead artist. He's saddling up for a Western horror called Fire in the Hole. It's part of Outlaw Showdown #1. It's coming out on Oni Press. Again, we're dipping more into the indie developers. We're not talking video games. Indie publishers. The EC Comics imprint for Oni Press. It is out today as I'm filming, so yesterday as you're watching. And it's a one-shot anthology with John Acrudi, Christopher Cantwell, and Nocenti, and other artists like Sebastian Cabral, plus Kurtzman Davis reprint. That is a lot of talent on this book. Moore's tale in this anthology focuses on betrayal, death, and eyeball-scorching dismemberment. Warning, this is definitely not for the faint of stomach. Think pulpy EC gore meets The Dusty Trails, which is ideal if zombies just weren't enough for you. That's what we got for the regular ass news. Let's talk now about our suggestion this week. I think I suggest this every year around about Halloween, but it's super appropriate because it's titled The Long Halloween. If you've never read the Batman book classic, The Long Halloween, written by Jeff Loeb, art by Tim Sale, the legendary Batman duo, then you absolutely must find a way to get your grubby little mitts on a copy of this book, because this has laid the foundation in a lot of ways for what we know of the modern Batman. It also heavily influenced the Dark Knight movies from Christopher Nolan and Matt Reeves's Batman universe, the alternate universe thing going on with the DCU right now. It is absolutely a masterclass in noir storytelling, even if it is one of the more flawed detective books that we've ever gotten from DC. Either way, it is a classic on multiple levels. It is absolutely worth your time to read, and it is your suggestion for the week. Thank you very much, nerds, for tuning in. If you want to level up your nerdy, geeky, pop culture knowledge, then don't forget to subscribe and do all of the things. Go check out the main channel, Generally Nerdy, for the larger portion. Again, you get all of these sections into one convenient video over on Generally Nerdy. The name of the show is The Week in Nerddom. Thank you for checking out this clip. We will see you next time. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.